This season, where we need to start. We start with trials, to check what's happening. But to be honest with you, I was impressed with how the trials went, because of the number that was there. It was like amazing, and it was also motivating to me to see that there's so many girls that who really want to play football, who really love the sport, starting at a young age. During those trials, we had a 9-year-old, and it was so fascinating. And then, to be honest with you, there was talent. Talent is there. It's just that it needs the nurturing, and it also needs patience. So yeah, I feel like ever since I started working at Tuks, for the first time I see such number women coming so much, like having 419 participating, and the parents were involved as well. So it's something that I was always wanting to see during women's trials. And then I was emphasizing to the parents that don't just support them there and there, be there 100%, and then so that you can see their growth in terms of football, so yeah. And then most of them, they are buying into it, yeah. So it was a great day of trials from the 12th until the 14th, yeah, and it was fun. To be honest with you, we set the standard high, especially here at Tuks. And also, I must say, big ups to Hollywood as well, to also make sure that women's football is there and people, they see it, yeah. Because of back then, people, they didn't know about women's football, but now they can see on television that there's women's football. The standard for me, it's not bad, to be honest with you, compare when we started football, because most of us started playing with the boys. But when I look at the trials, I mean, there's certain groups that you could see like it's a game, especially in the level of Sasol, and then others you could see them, they fitting into the level of reserve, but you could see that they can grow quicker if they get the proper coaching and training. So for me, I was impressed, honestly speaking. But there's 1 year now we're taking chances, but you have to have a room for that. But other than that, the standard was impressive, to be honest with you, yeah. Because of what I've observed as well, it's coaching, and then we coach in a different way, and then we expect players, especially a female player, to be like a male player, but it takes time for them to get there, because some of them, you could see they have an understanding of what they need to do, but there's certain elements that they need to work on. And then also, I think the difference is that those who understand the games, the ones that are playing in the Hollywood, who had the experience, I could tell maybe not more than 5 players were playing in Hollywood, because most of them, they were playing for Sasol, and then and some of them playing for a regional, and some, like the rest, they didn't play football at all, because we had one striker, tall striker, is for the first time playing football, and she was doing exceptional well, and she's still young. And then for me, it's all about coaching, and then hence I'm saying, if we can be patient when we coach these players, we can get something out of them. So I think in the coaching level, it needs to be better, especially in the development side.
What would you say were some of your challenges when you were looking at the players over the 3 days?
Well, the challenges is that sometimes you want to have time with them, you understand that, and then also I had a feeling of some of them, if I can have them in a team, I can work with them and they can improve. So, but the challenge with us now, remember, we are in the Hollywood team, and then there it's almost you compete to win. So some of them, most of them, each challenge is that they are not in a level to compete to win. They just have to train to get better in order to compete to win. So the challenge was that I felt like some of them like just straight with training method, yeah. And some of them, the challenge they are playing on the not in the grass.
Okay.
They're playing on the Lokunjane, a gravel. So that was the difference, because I could see some of them, their soccer boots were one bigger finished. So that was the challenge. And then also, some of them, the challenge for me was that some of the players, the coaches, they tell them with their best players. And some they were told with Badlala Nabafana, but when they come and play with the girls, it's a different ball game, because there's this mentality which when you see a girl child playing with the boys, you think she's the best. But they forget with boys, they understand the game. They know when to be hard on the player, they know when not to be hard, reading the game. Because of this, there was a player who was struggling, like literally, and then the coach or the father said to me, but she's playing with the boys, in and out. And then he said to me, Guti, the tempo of the game was slow. But literally, even herself was slow. Yeah, one. Then I said to her, it's not about the tempo. You need to detect the tempo, especially in the position that you are playing. She was playing in the midfield. So the challenges were there. You could see this player has the potential. But some of them you feel like they reserve themselves, would say, hey, when I got selected, that's when I'm going to give my best. Because they had another challenge, the other one said, Ish, I didn't play well. Yeah, she said, I'm playing for Isowe, 2 tournaments, and then we won, whatever. Can I get another chance? I said, no, you can't. So my challenge is, sometimes I feel like it's not enough to see them play, but because of a condition, it's enough for that 30 minutes, because somewhere we've cut it to 25, 20 because of good see that it's not happening. But those are the challenges. But the main challenge is that you see a player is talented, the challenge will be traveling. And then there's another one, the special case that we couldn't talk, but she's good. Those are the challenges that we face, but we cannot brush her off because of a disability of not being able to have a speech. But she understands the game. And then that was the thing impressive during the trials, because of she's good. Yeah, so there are good players there, but they need the opportunity. And also us as coaches, we need to be able to find means and ways on how we can put such players in the team and find the ways how we can work with them. Because of the most important thing is the understanding of the game. And then they also would see the player is conducting towards the game. So I felt like she was a complete player. If you just you just take away that disability, I can look at, she's a complete player. So those are the challenges. But as a coach, you need to be open-minded to see how am I going to work with the player. Yeah. The highlights of the trials for those 3 days, the player that doesn't have a speech. Okay. And then I had Jabulile, 11-year-old from Patwa. And then she's a machine, that one. Also that young one, the 9-year-old, and also the goalkeeper, who's 13 years old. But I was disappointed because she didn't come back on the last day, because of the parents were having a problem letting her come to the trials. And then I think she's a proper goalkeeper as well. So those were highlights. And then so, but other than that, I was happy. And then I was tired, but tired rightfully so, because when you watch, you could see they are passionate. They are there to play football. They are there to see themselves playing Hollywood, whatever. And then what I liked to see, the under 13s, it was like they were 14 of them, and there's goalkeepers both sides. So it's quite interesting. So they were highlights of the trials. Yeah, out of that 419, remember we were dividing them in days. Like first day, if we were selected in the first day, you come on the last day. And then if you are selected on the second day, you also come on the last day. But if you are not selected on the first day, you are allowed to come on the second day, just to give them a chance. So now, way forward is that after that 419, I've selected 153, including the under 14s. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna form a program of the under 13s. Those ones, we try to develop them once a week, Saturdays or during holidays. It's something that I'm thinking of. And then also I spoke to the parents, they are buying into it. And then the other group is the one that will feed into the reserve team, the upside team, to help us get the status for Sasol. And then the other ones, they're going to feed in straight to Hollywood, because those ones, they are proper players. So way forward is that either next week, because I've spoken to them that I'll give them a week, and then after that I'll let them know when they can come to the trials. So I'm gonna meet them with the current players that who are here, and we're still gonna observe them further, and then end of the month then we decide, no, you go to reserve team, you can go to Hollywood. As I explained that we cannot take all of them, but it's potential, and those one who are ready to go and assist that to go first in Hollywood.
You need to believe in yourself, know what I can do it. So this is, but also the discipline part, the hard work, because also the age also play another part.
Yeah.
The more you grow, how you live a lifestyle, so it can get along. I get around one. So for me, I'm impressed, but a little bit, some 50-50. Marathon is December, maybe December 23rd every day. Or what? But I say excuse, but if you know I want to make it out of this, so to set up program next time for trade. Or what? Because when I'm bala January, yeah. But through this group, guys,
Are you happy with the format that you followed? Because you divided them into groups, into teams, and according to the ages, and then they played matches. They played 11v11 for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you happy with that format? Is there anything you would change in terms of how you test their capabilities?
I think it was the best way to test them in terms of the number that we have. You know, and also remember they coming from Mama Holidays, and then I didn't want to push them further because of some of them you could see they have understanding, but they like things like coordination, conditioning, things like that, you know. So sometimes you look at their position where they play, you could see they understand the basic of that position in terms of maybe let's say fullback, can she play those long balls, can she read the game if the ball there's movement there, things like that. So I think some of them they normally play because of they can play, but they need direction and also the understanding of the game, especially tactically wise, you know, because some of them, I didn't struggle that much with technique because the pass and receiving was there. It was the basic were there, most of them, but tactically, I think some they were lost in terms of when we talk about them, element of coaching. Transfer students, I think March, we can have them in March, so we'll decide the date and the days when. So yeah, we'll have the student trials. So I know what we're gonna have numbers again. So yeah, but the numbers is the Hollywood team. So at least we did explain to them we have a women's program. So we're gonna fit them into different teams, you know. So yeah, and they will take it from there.